BJP chief JP Nadda has also spoken now to the central observers, to Rajnath Singh, to Vinod Tawde and Saroj Pandey on the phone, and said that after talking to the MLAs, take their feedback, discuss with them and then go ahead and announce the name of the chief minister. So JP Nadda instructing the central observers to ensure that the MLAs' opinions are also sought. They know full well that they need to have everyone on board. Whether it was Madhya Pradesh or Chhattisgarh, there was no question of any sort of revolt or rebellion. In Rajasthan also, the BJP High Command will want to ensure that things move very, very smoothly. So JP Nadda instructing the central observers at speaking to them just before the big announcement, saying speak to the MLAs, have a conversation with them and only post that announce the name of the chief minister. Will we see perhaps a change of the face after a conversation with the MLAs? Will the opinion matter? We'll have to wait and watch. But for the moment, this is the conversation that JP Nadda has had with the central observers. Okay, let me bring in Paulami Saha also on this fairly procedural, Paulami, where the MLAs are consulted, the name of the chief minister is announced. But here perhaps a little different, because in the BJP, it's essentially the High Command that has the last word. Do you see that changing in Rajasthan, or is this just procedural that Mr. Nadda is telling the central observers, have a conversation with the MLAs first?
No, this is just procedural at the end of the day. This is the same sort of protocol will play out as we saw in Chhattisgarh, as we saw in Madhya Pradesh yesterday as well. The name has virtually been finalized. So now it's about getting everyone on board. You spoke about the rebellion, the possible revolt. Rajasthan is one of the trickiest states. We knew it from the moment the central observers were announced. You've appointed your sort of highest emissary, if there were, Rajnath Singh, to go to Rajasthan. That in itself indicated that the BJP anticipated maximum trouble in Rajasthan in terms of, there being some amount of revolt. Already, you did hear this in Madhya Pradesh, for instance, as well, when there are voices vocally on record of MLAs saying we want to see Vasundhara Raje Scindia as the chief minister again of Rajasthan. So Rajasthan continues to be a very tricky one. So they have to get everyone on board. They have to ensure that there won't be any sort of public spectacle where all of these supporter MLAs walk out and express their rebellion if one or the other name is announced. So this is just procedural in order to say that, ensure that everyone is on board as you announce the name.
As far as the optics go, the messaging is that Vasundhara Raje is happy. At least if you look at the pictures that have come in of her with Rajnath Singh in the same car going to the BJP office. But, Paulami, if the announcement is made of the chief minister, and as Preeti says, it doesn't look like it's going to be Vasundhara Raje, is there any possibility of some sort of a revolt or of a rebellion? Because since yesterday, the conversation has been that, look, Vasundhara Raje is no Shivraj Singh Chauhan. If she wants to, she will go ahead and send across a message to the High Command that she's not happy.
Of course, she is no Shivraj Singh Chauhan. She has been muscle flexing since, of course, the results were announced. MLAs camping at her residence, then at some resort. She giving explanations that, this was because there was no accommodation available at the circuit house. These MLAs had come to see me, so I, arranged for them to stay at this particular resort in Sikar, which was paid for by me. It cost me 23,000 rupees. All of this sort of explanation has been given to the BJP High Command. And the optics of it, Vasundhara Raje Scindia going with Rajnath Singh in one car, doesn't exactly say that she's the one, she's the chosen one, because that's exactly what happened yesterday with Shivraj Singh Chauhan. He came in one car with Manohar Lal Khattar, who was the chief central observer in that team of 3 that was sent to Madhya Pradesh. But at that point of time, what we also learnt later is that when they called on Shivraj Singh Chauhan, because he was at the CM residence still, he was caretaker chief minister, they called on him first, they met with him. At that point of time, they did suggest to him that let's go together to the BJP office for the legislative party meeting. Shivraj Singh Chauhan said, nahi, aap aage chaliye, main aata hu piche se. But they insisted, for the optics of it, that he's on board, that he's not someone, he's a disciplined soldier of the Bharatiya Janata Party. He's not revolting. He's not going to be unhappy about the name that's announced. They insisted that he come along with them. So Manohar Lal Khattar, Shivraj Singh Chauhan sat in one car and reached the BJP office.
Coming in, Paulami, from the BJP office, the photo op before the meeting, you've got the central observers there, you've got Rajnath Singh, and alongside him, right next to him there, is Vasundhara Raje. Behind them are all of the MLAs who I reckon all believe they have a chance today to become the next chief minister of Rajasthan. It's of course anyone's guess right now. But the fact that Vasundhara Raje, and if you see these pictures, the idea of the High Command will be to ensure that she also is kept happy. That at no point she has reason to rebel or reason to express her displeasure. So they will be mindful of that. This is the group photo that's taken. It's very similar to what happened in Chhattisgarh and what happened with the Madhya Pradesh, that, in a sense, we know the protocol so very well now, Paulami. This will be followed, of course, by the huddle, where Rajnath Singh and all of the central observers who are present there will have a conversation with the MLAs, and then the decision will be communicated. You see this picture, very important one, because it's all about body language at this point, with no information really trickling on what the High Command has decided. Everyone's going to be reading into Vasundhara Raje and how she's sitting there between the central observers, all smiles, looking calm, almost confident, some would say. And that will lead to questions about whether they've reached a formula that she's happy with. Follow me.
Right, of course. It's funny that I'm looking at the last row right now and trying to think if I can actually recognize any of those legislators over there, because that's where Mohan Yadav was yesterday as well when that photo op was taken. We found him in that photograph in the third row, I believe, at that point of time. So 2 rows after, Shivraj Singh Chauhan, Narendra Tomar, Prahlad Patel, everyone was seated, and Mohan Yadav was in the third row.
So we can't go by the seating order, essentially. There's no seniority, yes. Or it doesn't give us a hint of who could be the next chief minister in any way.
No, absolutely not. It doesn't tell us anything about who could be the next chief minister. Of course, the top leaders, a former chief minister, obviously she'll get pride of place as well. She is one of the senior most as far as the BJP is concerned, a 2-time chief minister, Vasundhara Raje Scindia. I'm just looking at her face right now, and it seems like she's kind of like, she's made peace with whatever has been conveyed to her. She's not exactly very happy about it, but maybe some sort of an olive branch has been extended to her in terms of accommodating her people, quote unquote, in the state cabinet, giving her a bit of a say, possibly as far as things are concerned in terms of the organization in Rajasthan as well. It remains to be seen. So it just seems like she seems to have just made some amount of peace with that. It's almost the way that we saw Shivraj Singh Chauhan in that photograph as well. Though his was a very stoic face, here she's at least put on a bit of a smile over there for the photo itself, but his was a very stoic face. You knew it from the photograph itself that he's out of the race. He's been edged out of the race. Of course, you see, the central observers over there, Rajnath Singh, Vinod, Tawde, Saroj, Pandey. You see CP Joshi seated on the other side of Rajnath Singh on his left. He's the state BJP chief. Again, someone who is considered to be, a front runner as far as this race is concerned. He was not being considered earlier. Suddenly, now that you have new names coming up, and Mohan Yadav has sprung quite a surprise on everyone. You're seeing CP Joshi also being, looked at
CP
as a probable.
Joshi has ruled himself out. He said, I'm not in the race. Similarly, Bhajan Lal Sharma, someone who was considered a front runner, also said, I'm not in the race now. No. So you tend to wonder, and you're doing this addition, subtraction to the contenders list that we have. At this point, of course, there's endless speculation that it could be a woman. So a lot of people are now, leafing through who are the women MLAs who could be in contention, which is why the dark horse, everyone is saying, could just be Anita Badel. I'll just come back to you, Paul. I want to bring in Dev Ankur also, who's getting us the updates right now from the BJP office. Dev, we just put out those pictures of the group photo that's happened. Vasundhara Raje seated there in the center, right next to Rajnath Singh. She looks okay. She looks happy. And, we're going to have to read into the body language right now. And after the one-on-one meet, there will be questions about whether the High Command's reassurance or whatever formula they've come up with has kept her happy and satisfied. If you look at this picture, definitely seems so.
Well, Akshita, interesting scenes coming out of the BJP, and right now we are moving towards the BJP office. We were earlier at Lalit Hotel where all of this confabulation and discussion was going on. The party's central observers, including Rajnath Singh, Vinod Tawde, Saroj Pandey were there. Vasundhara Raje was also there. In fact, interestingly, she left with Rajnath in the same vehicle. Now, the BJP office is about 200 meters away from where I am right now. But whether Vasundhara Raje has been told that she will be accommodated eventually, or is there a bigger scheme of things that will be happening, is something which will be really interesting to take note of. My understanding is that the BJP is likely to follow the same pattern that it did in Chhattisgarh and in Madhya Pradesh. So perhaps a surprise element will be retained, Akshita, one. The other thing is that the fact that an OBC and someone from the SC/ST background have been anointed as the CM designates in Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh perhaps mean that someone from the general category maybe Diya Kumari, who is also a woman face, who belongs to the Rajput community, can be the one who is appointed as the Chief Minister of Rajasthan. Also, the fact, Akshita, is that the other names that have been doing the rounds is that of Bhajanlal Sharma, who is a Brahmin, has been closely associated with the ABVP, and also the Sangh Parivar, has been 4 times the General Secretary of the BJP in Rajasthan. So perhaps his name is also there in contention. So whether Vasundhara Raje has, decided to be comfortable with whatever destiny has in it for her, or whether there is something which has been in terms of an assurance given to her. But my understanding is that she will not be happy with the post of an assembly speaker or with being made the governor of another state. She has twice been the chief minister, but she understands now that the party has made up its mood for a generational change. That is the sense that I'm getting on the ground, that the party wants a newer face, especially when the 2024 Lok Sabha elections are around the corner. So perhaps that is something which the party may have told Vasundhara Raje, that she needs to be not coming across as any form of rebel.
Correct.
Whenever the final outcome is there. And whatever the decision has been taken, Akshita, it seems that Vasundhara Raje will be eventually falling in line rather than striking a dissident note.
Okay, it's unlikely. It seems unlikely that Vasundhara Raje will be the chief minister, because one thing is very clear. The BJP is looking for a shift in the chain of command. And that's clear from what we've seen in Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. You've had multiple leaders, senior leaders telling us, look, watch out for a surprise. So that's the only one thing that's guaranteed, that there's going to be no hint dropped by the BJP on who it is. And directly at 4 p.m, when you see the MLAs huddle, that's when we'll really get any sort of inside details of what's playing out and who's been announced by the central observers. Because in this case, as far as the BJP is concerned, it's a decision that's taken by the High Command. The MLAs are consulted, yes, but ultimately it's the High Command that takes that call.